Welcome back to Gearwire.com. I'm Owen O'Malley. We're taking a look at the Peavey Vypyr 30. This is the 30-watt solid-state, completely solid-state version of the Vypyr. There's a bunch of different Vypyrs. We're going to be taking a look at also a tube 60-watt version of the Vypyr, tube power section. But this is a 30-watt version combo. It's got a 12-inch Blue Marvel speaker, Peavey Blue Marvel speaker. The Vypyr series are modeling amps that have a bunch of effects built into them. They've also got a direct out for recording. They've got a tuner built in and a looper built in. Pretty amazing variety of tones and effects in these amps. We're going to be looking at the amp by itself first. Let's just listen to a couple of the presets that are built into this thing. Here's this one's called Legend preset. Well, let's just listen to them first. Here's the second preset. This is basically a tweed, Fender Tweed amp with a tube screamer in front of it. Here's a super clean, it's called, clean with a chorus and a reverb on it, sort of like a police kind of preset. And here's a preset that has a phaser in front of a British sounding amp. British sounding. Now, I've been switching between these presets using the Sanpara pedal. It's an optional control pedal that lets you select from amongst the presets. The optional pedal kind of gives you the full access to all of the sort of functions of these amps, including the looper, which you can't access without the Sanpara pedal. But we're going to take a closer look at those pedals in a different video. Right now, let's look at the front panel of this guy. Now, the Vypyr series, they basically have sort of 5 different banks of effects, technically. The first bank is your stomp box bank. The next bank of effects is your amp emulations. Then you have your rack effects. And then you've got a delay effect and a reverb effect, which are always on. So that's why they say there's 5 effects at once. They're considering the amp emulation in effect. Let's listen to these stomp box effects first. Let's bypass. Let's see. This is bypassed. The amp simulations are always on. Let's just go to the Twin. It's one of the cleaner simulations we're going to get. So right now, this is the that's the phaser. There's a bunch of different effects here. We've got our tube screamer stomp. We've got a couple different stomp boxes here. This one's called XR Wild. This one's called X Boost. So we've got our reverb on. Let's turn that off. If you want to edit any of your effects, just press on this button here, and let's turn the delay level all the way down and the reverb level all the way down. Press this back again. There, now we've got a clean signal. Here's a fuzz. we've got a little chorus stomp box. We've got a compressor here. A ring mod. We've got an auto wah, which is basically just a cyclical wah. We've got our analog flanger. And we've even got, well, MOG. It sounds like a little bit like the Electro-Harmonix POG. Tracks pretty decently. Let's bypass all those and move over to the rack effects. So basically, you can have one stomp box and one rack effect going on at the same time. We've got, now over in the stomp boxes, we had that multi-octave generator. Now we've just got a simple octaver. Which doesn't seem to track quite as well, but it still sounds pretty good. We've got a phaser over here in addition to the stomp box phaser. We've got a rotary speaker. We've got a reverse effect. Or just a little reverse echo. We've got a pitch shifter. Sort of like a little harmonizer there. We've got another flanger over here. We've got a slapback echo. We've got an envelope filter. We've got a chorus, another chorus, and we've got a tremolo over here. Huge range of effects, and they all sound pretty decent. Now let's go over to the amp modeling here. We're on our twin here. Now if we want to switch over to overdrive, we just click on the pedal there. Let's take it off tremolo here. So that we basically have well, they say 24 amp models, but really it's 12 amps, 12 two-channel amps going on here. And we kind of like, as we go clockwise, it goes from the cleaner amps to the dirtier amps. We've got a twin and a deluxe here. Let's go over to the Plexi. So here's the Plexi Clean. Here's the Plexi in overdrive mode. Move over, we've got a couple of high-gain Peavey models. Let's see, we've got the JSX. This is the JSX Clean. And here's the JSX Dirty. We've even got a, they call it the K-Stein which is, I'm sure, the Frankenstein. That's the low gain setting. Here's the high gain setting. So, bunch of different amp models there. Pretty great sounding distortions on all of them. We've got down here, we've got our bank selector. So all of our different presets are here. We've got 3 banks, A, B, and C. And each bank has 4 different presets, which you can edit. So that completes our look at the effects section and the amp modeling options on the Vypyr. In our next video, we're going to take a look at the EQ settings and how to edit the individual effect settings. Until then, you've been watching Gearwire.com, and I am Owen O'Malley.